Hello, SISD teachers. This is Mr. Mendoza, your instructional software specialist, and today I'm going to show you how to create quizzes within Google Classroom. So, what you'll do is you'll go to the Classwork tab, and under Create, you'll see Quiz Assignment. And I'm going to go ahead and do some science here. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to title this Lab Safety Quiz 1. And when I click open here on my blank quiz, I need to make sure that I name my quiz as well so it doesn't stay as blank quiz. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and name it. There you go, Lab Safety Quiz number 1. So let's go ahead and add our first question. Which tool is the best to protect your eyes in a lab setting? There you go. So I can go ahead and put in my options here. My first option will be goggles. Second option will be Bunsen burner. Third option is going to be lab coat. Now, what we can do also, guys, is if you notice here to the right, you see an icon that says add image. Let's go ahead and add an image, and let's go ahead and find goggles. Insert. Let's go ahead and find a Bunsen burner. And of course, this will allow the students also to visually see these instruments or these tools. But again, this is completely up to you. But I am sharing with you this great option that you have available. So now we can go ahead and put here lab coats. And there you go. So now what we can do is we need to make sure that this quiz question is required, which means that the students cannot skip it before submitting. So if you make it required, students must answer this question. And now what we need to do is we need to set up our answer key. So let's set up our answer key, and we know that our answer is going to be goggles. And let's give it some points here. Let's say that this is a possible 10 points. So we're giving this 10 points out of total 10 points. There you go. And we're going to click done. Now, a couple of options that I want to share with you are the following. We can go ahead and dress up the quiz. If we go to customize theme, we can choose a header, select a little science header here with some beakers, flasks. There you go. And we can change the theme color, the theme background, and there you go. The other options that I wanted to share with you are right here in the settings. What I highly recommend is under general, you always collect an email address from the student that's taking this quiz. And since it is a quiz, I only want students to respond to it one time. So they're going to be required to sign in, but only one time will they be able to take this quiz. The other thing that you can do here is you can shuffle the question order if you'd like. So when you assign this, not every student is going to have the same question order. So keep in mind though that if you number your questions 1, 2, 3, 4, and you shuffle them, the student's going to see question 3, question 2, question 7, and then they might get a little, they might panic and say, well, what's going on here? So maybe just keep those things in mind if you're going to number your questions or not number your questions. The other thing here under quiz settings that I want to show you is I would like for you to see, do you want the respondents to be able to see the missed questions? I always say no, I don't want them to do that, but that's my personal preference. I don't want them to see what the correct answers are either. And the only reason that I do that is because let's say I have one student that finished the quiz before the other, and then they see which questions they got wrong or right, and then they can go ahead and share those answers. So these are a couple of things here that I wanted to share with you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click on save. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back here to my classwork tab. Notice that it still says blank quiz, but don't worry about that. When I assign it, it's going to change the name. So I'm going to put the due date for today. And my topic is going to be lab safety quiz number 1. And here you can either assign it to all students or just one student. And you can even assign it to multiple classes if you wanted to. So you can assign it to, I'll use these demo classes here. So I sent it to 4 classes, or I am sending it to 4 classes all at once. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on assign. And that'll go ahead and send it out to all your classes and to all your students. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the student side. So here's my student account. Let me close these up because those were other quizzes that I was working on. But here is the one that I just finished assigning. And let's go ahead and take that quiz. There it is. I'm going to open it up, open up the quiz, and now I can go in here and say which tool is the best to protect your eyes. Goggles, I'll click submit. And notice it's going to say view score. And I did allow them to view the points, but I didn't let them know which one was the correct answer. But obviously they got this right here. Let's go ahead and go to our teacher side. And in our teacher side, when we open up our assignment, it says 1 out of 1 turned in. There you go. Now you notice here, it doesn't show the grade. So you may be thinking, well, what's going on here? So let me go ahead and click on import grade. And there it is, 10 out of 10. So this is the way that you can set up a quiz from Google Classroom. I hope this is a helpful tip for you. Again, this is Mr. Mendoza, your instructional software specialist, hoping you have a wonderful day.